Namaste programs, users, passengers. Okay, let's get on to our flight for the day, tourist trip around the Brive area. We're going to start with Brive itself. We're then going to go see if we can find the Rover de Padirac, which is the big hole in the ground I was talking about on yesterday's flight. Again, it might be a bit difficult to find because I've been looking at some satellite images and unfortunately it doesn't really show up from satellite. I know where it's meant to be, but it looks like a bunch of trees, but we'll go have a look anyway, see what we find. After that, we're going to have a quick look at Rocamadour again and Cahors, which we saw briefly yesterday, but we'll have a bit more of a ground level view of those two places when we get there. But first up is Brive, la Gaillarde. Brive, the brave, I think it means, but I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. It should be just to the north here somewhere. Now, Brive has a rugby club, so I'm pretty sure there'll be a football stadium to look at. There's some old castles. I saw some nice museums there. There was a excellent weekly market that I managed to find some things that I've been looking for years. Wish this radio would shut up, but hey, it's all part of the experience. Now look at the river here. Alright, I think this is Brive. It's on one of the rivers around here. I don't think it's the lot. I might be wrong. It might be. Let's have a look at what we can see. Narrow down a bit. What have we got to look at? Quite a large town. Quite a large town. I don't think this is Brive. This is some other town. See what the map has to say for itself. Oh, this is it. Oh, yes, this is it. Yeah, I had a quick look yesterday. I couldn't see the river. There it is. I'm just blind. Alright, so let's see. Have a look at what landmarks Google wants to tell me about. Absolutely nothing. Apparently there's nothing of interest here. There we go. Maybe a parking station apparently. There's a museum. There's a football stadium there. Actually that's like a racetrack. That's the train, maybe not. I don't know what that is actually. But a stadium off in the distance there. The train over on the right. This is the old town in the middle. And that, I'm pretty sure that square right in the middle there is where the market was. So let's go have a look, shall we? Get our drone out, give her a bit of oomph, turn that off. Let's go down and have a look. Brive, ladies and gentlemen, programs and users. Brive. Yeah, I think the market was all along around here. Something like that. Something like that. Been 9 years. Don't actually remember, but vaguely rings a bell. Here and have a look at the river. Local football stadium, I guess. I think there would be... I guess this is not rendered in exactly right. There would be stadium seating there, I would imagine. Like I said, Brive has a rugby team. I don't know if they're in the top flight, or they were, may have been. They may are be. Whatever English I want to invent in the moment. Bit of industrial area over there. Let's see what else. No algorithmically generated churches or anything, unfortunately. No doubt there are some churches somewhere. Alright, we've got a office building there of some sort. Sheds of some sort as well. Oh, back to the plane. Well, let's go have a look at Padirac now, if we can find it. It hasn't put it on my GPS, even though I set it as a destination. That seems to be how these things go these days. Not everything works as it should. Well, let's have a look in the plane while we're in pause to see if we can figure out how to do that. Alright, now there was something that I pressed the other day. Get rid of the alerts. I don't know what any of that is. Back, CDI. So we've got VOR1, VOR2, BPS. None of them are what are from my navlog. None of them are my point of interest. Thanks a lot, game. Can we put it in ourselves into his? Probably not. There. Ident facility city. Not what I want. What I want is GPS. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Longitude, latitude. Guess that's not going to help. Disappointing, I have to say. Why does it not... Oh, we're just going to have to do this manually with timings and whatnot. So let's get back to the airport where we started. At least I could see on the GPS. And then we want a heading of 135 for 5 minutes 30. Let's see if that gets us where we want to be. We're doing it old school. Old school. Alright, the airport's back this way. There it is. Giant message in the sky. A few little hidden little villages around the place. Up on the hill, right next to the freeway, apparently. I wonder if you can see service stops, you know, truck stops and whatnot. There must be. What would the algorithm do with them, I wonder? I'll have to follow a freeway one of these days and see what happens. Alright, we're going to try and head to the middle of the runway so that we can get our bearing from exactly where we're meant to start and see if we can find the thing. It's going to be difficult because it's a tiny bunch of houses around a hole that isn't visible from the satellite, so I know roughly what I'm looking for now that I've seen it on Google Maps, but yeesh, it's going to be hard, but we're going to try anyway. Alright, heading to the middle of the runway, as close to 135 as we can, not quite, probably want to come at a little bit more of an angle, because you know 135's here, so we kind of want to go facing this way, so now we can do it, probably about right, could be completely wrong, let's find out. Center of the runway, no, not quite. Alright, well, let's just do a start our counter. 5 minutes 30 and counting, and we want to be going 135. There we go. Oversteer completely, because that's what we do around here. Kind of crosswind hitting me at the moment. Going a little bit fast. We want to be just underneath the yellow. I think that's how the navlogs determine the speed and the distance and the time and everything based on your cruise speed, which for this plane is something like 145, 150 I think. What will we be able to see directly towards the moon? Coincidence? Probably. Padirac Airport. I wonder how close that is to where we're headed. I wonder if I can find it up on the map. Well, that'll be interesting. Not seeing it. Oh, there's Padirac. Yeah, okay, it's about the town of Padirac. I don't know if the airport is very close to the town. And is this the town over here? In which case, yeah, that's about right from what I can see on the map. Tiny little airport there. Might be fun to land on it, but for now, we're heading past it. Jesus, it's tiny. Probably to land a car there. That is not an airport. That is a patch of grass. That is someone's lawn. Alright, 3:44 on the timer, and we're looking about 5:30, so not far now. A couple of little houses on top of a hill here. That might actually be there on the map. Alright, 4:30, 1 minute to go. Completely off course because I was looking around. Could it be this group of buildings over here? 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go. It must be this group of buildings here, surely. Do I recognize it? If that's not it, we're close. So, pause, drone, let's have a look around. So, is this the area? Let's have a look at it from the above compared to the map. Don't think this is it. Not quite the right layout. Which means there must be something still nearby here. We'll find it. We will. Fairly obvious configuration of buildings. This is a little town. Probably the town of Padirac, but the actual gouffre or cave is nearby. Is it over here? No. Maybe. The algorithm's just messing with too many trees or something. That does ring a bell from when I was looking on the map though, so where's that? See, I'm not seeing many towns at all near where I'm looking for, so get up a bit higher and see if we can get the lay of the land. Where's the river? I mean, I'm not even seeing the river on the map. I feel like the GPS coordinates have let me down, taking me somewhere weird. Oh, there's the river there. So, if that's the river, but a split in the river, basically an island, where's that? That's there. Okay, so directly south of here is where I'm looking for. Actually a road I could have followed. Lost. We're lost. I'm gonna have to get out and ask for directions. Let's go back to here and see if we can follow the road. So here is a road that comes from about here. Yeah, there's a little town called Track. Right, so we follow this road. Yes, it goes up on the hill like that, does it? And it's continuing along here, and then, well, it's one of these. This one, I guess this one, takes to, yeah, that's a split there. And if we follow it to the left, we should find what we're looking for. And we have. This is it, I'm pretty sure. God, look how difficult. Yeah, that's definitely it, because I recognize this. Alright, we found it. Okay, so, you can't see it, from the, even though it was a pretty large hole, when I was looking at my video of this, it's going to be on the end screen, pretty large hole, but I think it's actually here. It's just showing up as a green bit of greenery on the satellite, and so the algorithms put it as trees. This is like the visitor center, and this is a hotel, and all sorts of cool stuff here. But yeah, I was wondering what the algorithm would do with a giant hole in the ground, and unfortunately, the satellite's just not picking it up very well. This is a brasserie. That sort of thing there's just some garden, I think. Oh, there you go. Well, that's what we were looking for. And that's what we have found. So now we need to go 239 for 2 minutes 14 to get to Rocamadour. So let's start the thing. Let's unpause that. Try and get lower to where we want to be. Must just be directly ahead. Now we should be able to recognize it from the parking area I saw at the top of the hill, which then leads down to the town, which is on the side of the cliff above the river. Uh-oh, way too fast. Nearly ripped the wings off. Wings? We don't need wings. Okay, so it must be very close now. Here somewhere. It's here somewhere. Where are you, town? That's it there. That's it there. We found it. The river thing's a little bit too thin to be flying down into the river itself. But let's pause there. Good lord, we're going way too fast. That's one way of losing speed. Pause makes you lose speed. All right, let's drop out of the sky a little bit. Come on. Okay. We're stalling. There we go. Thank you, game. Thank you for when I pause my plane, it actually keeps losing speed. Just to trim 100%. Why did it spawn me in at 8,000 feet with trim 100%? There we go. Alright, we're getting a good look at Rocamadour there, but let's try and get some stable flight before we get the drone out. There we go. Get a bit of speed going. Alright, level her off a bit, actually. Let's just do a little bit of a loop, why not? Alright, get her up above so that we can do the trip I did. I arrived in the car park there, from that road there. Pause her here, get our drone out. Right, where are we? Here we go. So, I came in on this road here. Oh, where is this damn thing? I can't see it. You know why? Because it's on the hill down there. You wouldn't be able to see it. Come along here. This might have been like a visitor center, I don't remember. Parked my car here. Here we go. Here's Rocamadour. Perched on the cliff. Look at that. Imagine living there. It's fantastic. It's like, bakers and... Which is a whole town, It's not a big town. A village, really, but... And then this thing at the top here was a church, monastery. I think on the thing it's called the Sanctuary of Notre Dame de Rocamadour. So probably it's a monastery. They were doing some renovations while I was here, but I think somewhere here, I mean this doesn't look anything like it really, but somewhere here there is a sword stuck in the wall. It's meant to be Durandal. It's Roland's sword from the Song of Roland. That he slammed in there because he tried to break it but he couldn't. He didn't want to get captured and have it taken from him by the Saracens that Charlemagne had sent him to go and try and kill down in Spain, but failed miserably and then had to do a tactical retreat. We've got some nice river on the side of the thing here, doing some wakeboarding as we go down the river. There it is, Rocamadour. Fantastic place to go visit. I mean, it's so odd. It doesn't really give it justice here. It's much steeper than that, I think. And it feels like the river's a long way down. Not sure if the heights and everything are perfect here with the algorithm, but pretty good. Pretty good. Kind of Illuminati building there. It's probably this part of the town. Just little people who don't want to live on the side of a cliff. They set up shop up there. Let's just follow the river and try and find Cahors by sight. Does that sound like a completely insane thing to do? Yes? Well, why not do it then? Right, now I found the highway. Look, you all doubted me. You all thought you'd gone mad. You're following a brown line on a GPS map. There it is. This is the highway, the freeway, the motorway, the autoroute, whatever you want to call it. Well, let's follow that now, because once it hits the river down here, I just need to turn right slightly along the river, and I think we're at Cahors. And we found it without the GPS system leading us to it. You have not defeated me, game. Yet. Let's not kid ourselves. This game can defeat anyone at any time it chooses. The algorithm is so strong. Why are there no exits for rest stops and stuff? Well, that might be one there actually, but I mean more, food stops, petrol stations. I want to see what that looks like on the algorithm. Algorithm, show me. This here is probably a rest stop where you can just stop and there's, probably some loos, but that's not a large petrol station. I want to see what they look like. Rendered in to the algorithm. Oh, that road should not be that steep on its side. Oh wow, look at this bridge. Awesome. Not our river yet though. Don't panic. It's still not the river we're looking for. And in fact, yes, it basically ends this river right here, according to the GPS. It is an offshoot of the lot. It's a kind of what do you call it? An offshoot. Spin-off. Let's call it a spin-off. Wow, that's some hilly bumps along the highway there. Not far now. That's the river down there in the distance, I think. Could this be? No, this is a tunnel. I thought that might be a Macca's or a KFC or a Auto Grill, whatever else they have along here on all the motorways in all of Europe. Sometimes, not so much the case anymore these days, but back in the day, didn't matter where you stopped. You could be in the middle of nowhere. You could have been driving for 10 hours and there was suddenly a truck stop would have the best food though. France is crazy that way. In Australia, you'd be lucky to get a warm chip and a hot dog. But you can get bloody 5-star Michelin meals on some of these rest stops. All right, this is the river finally, and we should, before very long, run into Cahors. I'm fairly certain, possibly. I am 100% certain that there is something down here. Whether it's Cahors or not, I am 100% certain that I'm not sure. Here we go. Here we go. Let's just cut the corner. Pretty sure this is it. Prove me wrong. Come on, algorithm. It's just you and me now. One mano a algoritmo. Mano a algo? Mano a algo. Look at these pretty little houses in the hills. Oh, I love it. Boom. This is where we were yesterday. Nailed it. Whip! 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 Have a look around. Yesterday we looked at everything over the other side and the main part of the town. I've got a whole racing track kind of thing here. Here we go. I think we found the Illuminati building. There it is. That's where they do the human and goat sacrifices. Or maybe it's this one actually. Yeah. See, human sacrifices there, goat sacrifices here. That's for sure. Definitely. As mentioned yesterday, there is a famous, beautiful 3-towered bridge here that has not rendered in at all. You can see it. Tower there, that's a tower there. I think there's a tower here, maybe over there, I don't remember. But not rendered in. Someone needs to get onto that. Where are the modders? Come and fix this, please. Please, immediately, please. Thank you. This over here is a bunch of shopping centre stuff. Fortunately, unlike Bordeaux, it doesn't show up as with their names and everything. Again, why does Bordeaux have that data and this doesn't? If it's sort of street view stuff, then why wouldn't they have this data? We're streaming this straight from the cloud, aren't we? Is this a city wall here? This is the world's flattest apartment block here in Cahors. I'm guessing these are city walls that have rendered in as apartment blocks somehow. Hold on a second, so let me go up here. This is a cemetery, yes. At the end of the cemetery, well, let's get our Google Street View dude. So let's go have a look at what's actually there. Maybe over here somewhere. City walls, old walls there we go. Old walls have been rendered in. There they are, the walls. The walls. I think Look, I love those old walls. They're fantastic, but this is just even better. You know, you could get some really thin people. There's even air conditioning. There's even air conditioning and satellite dishes on these, let's call it 2-meter wide walls. Oh, these apartments would be so hilarious to live in. Awesome. Awesome. The algorithm strikes again.